have any calculators, right? You do not have to calculate anything. What we are dealing with today is scientific notation, and scientific notation is written always as a number. You're going to use an x as a time sign only in scientific notation, and then we're going to have an exponent with a base of 10 every single time today. Every single time. Okay? We have a number times 10 to the 12th. A number times 10 to the negative second. But we have to write a rule down. The number one rule of scientific notation, left side on the top of 52. Only one digit in front of the decimal. 0 does not count. We can only have one digit in front of the decimal. Write this down for me up here. Yeah. Only one digit in front of the decimal. 0 does not count. So if you look right here, they have 4.25. Just a number 4 is in front of the decimal. So let me ask you a question. 3.2. Would that work?
No.
Why not? What's our rule? Only one digit in front of the decimal.
Because it has one digit.
Would 3.2 work? How about 10.7?
No.
Why not? There's two digits, a 1 and a 0, right? That does not count. How about 5.397?
No.
Yep, just a 5 in front of it. How about 0.2?
No.
No. 0 cannot be the only number in front of it. Okay, so you're always going to have one digit. One digit. All right, so how do I do this? Here's the first two examples. 5.34 times 10 to the 4th. When you look at this, if your exponent is positive, we move to the right. If it's positive, we move to the right. Not there. Your book is in your locker.
Yeah.
So go get it. I don't know why you were wandering around before. Go. So this tells you how many swoops we have to make. It was 5.34. 4 is positive. We go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4 swoops. They had to put in a couple extra zeros because of the open swoops. The negative tells you move to the left. So it was 3.27. Negative 3, 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. Now my decimal is here. Open swoops become zeros. So your exponent tells you how many swoops you're moving, how many steps you're moving. Okay, how many steps you're moving. And then you got to pay attention, positive or negative, to know if you're going left or right. So if we look at got it A, look at your exponent. What does a positive 5 tell me? Going 5 to the right. I'm going 5 to the right. So what I want to do is I want to write down this 742. Right now, where is the decimal point? After the 7. So put your pencil in between there. Now you're going to take 5 swoops to the right. Watch first. We would go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first step includes the 4. Then it includes the 2. Now we're going to do some open swoops. What do I have to put in there? Zeros. So my number, I'm going to rewrite this neater so Ms. Hoff can read it, would be 742000. Box that in. Ms. Hoff is not worried about your commas. 52. That's all we have to do. Okay, let's look at B. Look at your exponent. It's a negative. So we're going to the left, how many? 2. Left 2. So what number should I write down? 61, or 6.1. Where's the decimal currently? Between the 6 and the 1. So now you got to go to the left. Left, it's towards Mrs. Weiss's room. 1, 2 swoops. Now my decimal's out here. So I have to rewrite my final answer. 0.061. 0.061. Okay, so C. What number tells me how I'm moving? 2. And you said which direction? To the right, 2. It's positive, so I'm going to the right. Which number do I start with? Very good. 3714. Where's my decimal right now? After the 3 and the 7, and I'm going 2 steps to the right. Do I have to put any zeros on this problem? No. So my final answer is 371.4. I know it's kind of silly, Miss Hobbs making her decimal points really big, but the whole thing with this lesson is that you have the decimal point in the correct spot. So I want to make sure it's really exaggerated so you know where it goes. Okay? I want you guys to flip to page 54 and do problem 1 and 2 on your own. Flip to page 54. That's in that guided practice. Do exactly what we just did on problem 1 and 2 on your own, and then we're going to check your work. Page 54, 1 and 2. We're going to go over it in just a minute. Do 1 and 2. Nobody else is asking me. Okay. Bryce, number 1. What's your exponent tell you to do? Go to the right, how many? 5. Very good. Right 5. So if I start with 9.931, and I'm going to move my decimal, right 5. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 steps. How many extra zeros do I need? 2. Where is my decimal now? At the end. At the end. You can't have it here anymore. So your answer, because you just moved it, your answer is 993100, and your decimal's at the end now. When we talk about moving right 5, that's because you moved your decimal. So if you have a decimal point between 9 and 9, you are incorrect and it will count it wrong. Okay, you're moving it. Caitlin, number 2, what's your exponent tell you to do? Very good. Left 4. So I have 6.02. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got to put zeros in there. Whoops, zeros in there. So I have 0.000602. It's not between the 6 and the 0 anymore. It's way out front. You can only have one decimal point in each number, and you're moving it. Good so far? Okay. Flip back. Now we're going to the bottom of page 52. Now they're going to have us go the opposite direction. Write each number in scientific notation. So now they're going to give me the big number or the really small number, and we have to write it in the scientific notation format. Okay? So, Ms. Hoff doesn't exactly like the explanation they show us, so she's going to show you down, actually it's on the top of the next page. Top of page 53, got it D. 14,140,000. The first thing you should ask yourself, is this number bigger than 1 or less than 1? Bigger than 1. Because this number is bigger than 1, that means I'm going to have a positive exponent. Because my number is bigger than 1, I'm going to have a positive exponent. All right. Petro, right now, in this problem that they gave us, where is my decimal point? Ooh, no, those are commas. Where's my decimal point? It's kind of a trick question here, because you don't see one, agreed? Anybody? Where's my decimal point then? At the end. Okay? If they don't have it written, it's really at the end. Now, our rule of scientific notation says that I can only have one digit, bless you, in front of it. Remember when we practiced that at the beginning? Where should I put my decimal so that there's only one number in front of it? I need to put this in a new spot in here. Tone? Here? Here? Do you guys agree with him? If I put my decimal point here, there's only one number in front of that decimal?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, my new number, good job, Tone. My new number is now going to be 1.414. Do you see where I get that from?
No. Yeah.
Now, the nice thing is I don't have to write all those zeros down. Okay? So I'm changing it to where Tone told me to put it, 1.414. Scientific notation, we're going to use that times sign. Always times a 10 with an exponent. We figure out this exponent by counting the number of swoops between your two decimal points. Okay, Tone says 7, you guys check him. Are there 7 swoops between the two decimal points? You got 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Positive 7, negative 7. Positive. That's what we figured out right away. Quiet pencil, because you're writing stuff. Okay. So my answer here is 1.414 times 10 to the 7th. Now I'm writing that really big number in scientific notation so that I don't have to have all those zeros written down. That's your answer. Okay. Let's go to E. 0.00876. Somebody raise your hand and tell me the first thing I have to ask myself. Zayden? Why is it negative? Okay. The first question we ask ourselves is it bigger than 1 or less than 1? And he says, well, it's 0 point. So it's less than 1, which means I'm going to have a negative exponent. Okay? Good job. Does everybody see where the decimal currently is? Between your two zeros. Somebody raise your hand and tell me where you want to put the decimal so that only one digit is in front of it and zeros do not count. Liana. Here? Does that make it so there's only one digit in front of it?
Yes. Oh, we know that.
Here? Now there's only one digit in front of it? All your zeros do not count. Very good. All your zeros do not count. So now only 8 is in front of it. You want it between the 8 and the 7. Between the 8 and the 7, the zeros do not count. Okay, so the number that we're going to have is 8.76 times 10 to the, how many swoops are between there? 3. But Zayden told us it has to be negative, so negative 3. Stop. Stop. All right. F. 0.114. First question I ask myself. Jack? Very good. Is this number, who can tell me? It's a negative because it's less than 1. This number's less than 1. Do you guys agree with her? Okay, let's make that little note to ourselves. Less than 1. So it means it's a negative exponent. Now we all see where we currently have a decimal, yes? Who can raise their hand and tell me where I want the decimal so that there's only one digit in front? Say it again. She says between the two ones. What are your thoughts? Okay. So what is the number that I'm going to write down out front? 1.14 times 10 to the negative 1 power. There's one swoop in between there. Okay. Flip to page 54 again. Do 3 and 4 just like we just did. 54, 3, and 4. Okay, this needs to be quiet. I've asked you twice now. We've done all of these problems and you don't have anything written down. And now you're supposed to be doing these. Problem 3 and 4 on 55. Can you what? Sure. Yeah. Okay, turn to your elbow partner.
Wow.
Turn to your elbow partner and see if they have the same thing.
I like Casper.
That's good. You go do number 4. Keep that one covered. You do number 4. All right. Miss Youngkong, what'd you write for number 3? You did the wrong one. Okay. Courtney, what'd you write for number 3? Thoughts? 8.785 times 10 to the 9th. Agreed. Nicely done. There's a decimal started here, which means your number is greater than 1. We need to move it clear up to here, so we had to count the steps in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Job. Addison, what'd you put for 4? -1? Anybody else get that? 100%. 100%. We're right here between 0 and 5. When there's a 0 in front of here, that means we are less than 1, which means you're going to have a negative exponent. We need to get a number in front of there, which is a 5. That's a different, or a step of 1. Okay? Now, you want to know what the hardest part about today's homework is? It's on Alex. So people don't copy it down correctly. So you got to make sure. Here's the other thing. You guys have a touch screen just like I do, most of you, right? Zoom in so that you can count your digits. You still are going to have work to show me. Work papers on the back counter. The rest of the hour is yours.